you new recommendations on some of our existing cameras and some of the new cameras we have that are out right now. And we will be talking about a whole lot of ways or cameras that you can use to improve your home setup. So if you are in a loop, or you have an idea of or you've been thinking of how to improve your home with security solutions or security cameras, this live stream here today will be for you, because we'll be showing you different cameras and be going over some of their functionalities and some little technical details about these cameras, so you can decide if this camera would work for you or suit your usability scenario. So before we get into it, I will be checking in here. Don't forget, as usual, I'm here alone today. I will be talking to you directly. So if you have any questions or anything you want to be answered, don't don't worry. Just send us a message in the chat box that's here, and we will answer your questions. And if in case I don't get to pick it up directly, since the chat runs pretty fast sometimes, I will look into some of the questions in here too, and I'll answer some of your concerns, and we can have these chats together and figure out what you can use to improve your home and what works for you. So before we go into it, I will wait a little bit, and hopefully we have more people joining us, some of our users joining us on these shows, so we can go over some of these products I have lined up today, and we will have this conversation about them. We'll go through some of them. We'll take our time today and go through some of the product and technicalities, and talk about some of the usability scenarios that you can use through and get what suits your need. So I'll keep looking, and I'll keep waiting a little bit to see who gets in. And then hi, hello, welcome, and thank you for joining us on this live stream. If you're just joining us, yes, today we're talking about home improvement with security cameras, and we'll be going through some products, some recommendations. You can check what we have right now during the chat. We'll have conversations about it. Don't worry to drop your questions in the chat box. We will get to them and answer them. I will answer some of your questions too, and we will go through some of the list I have here. All right, before we do, okay, let's just get onto it. Since this conversation might take a little while, let's just jump onto our first product of today for home improvement. I would say this would be first product on the list would be our Reolink Track Mix PoE. All right, so this is one of the cameras that was released not so long ago. Yeah, in terms of months, and this product is really, really, really amazing in terms of zooming, tracking functionality. It's I wouldn't say much about the way it's built, because this is actually built like a tank. This is a pretty strong product, a camera that does a lot of things that you can use for security around your home. Uh, I would say for home installation, this could be used in your front yard or around your house or outside of your house. This will do great around there. In front of your garage, this will be great too, to be able to surveil the area and then move around if there are cars moving around or kids playing in the yard, to be able to track them really fast. And so you can keep an eye on everybody. Plus, you have the ability to communicate with anyone on the other side with the speaker grills we have here. This allows you to communicate with anyone that is on the other side of the house from wherever you are. You can talk to them, they can hear you, and they can speak to you too. So this camera comes with a 1/3-inch CMOS sensor. We have two. So because we have a zoom lens and a wide angle lens, so we have a 1/3-inch CMOS sensor and a 1/2.8 inch 1/2.8 inch CMOS sensor. So this allows you to, for the camera to be able to also view a lot and absorb enough light so that you can see even in the dark, because with the spotlights you have on this camera, this allows you to see in full color at night also. Uh, the video resolution on this camera, this is a 4K camera that gives you a 3840 by 2160 resolution at 8 megapixels, and at max you're looking at a 25 frames video per second, 25 FPS. So I mean, the footage you're getting out of this camera is enough to have a great like 25 FPS, 24 frame per second rule of thumb for to be able to have a great footage with motion blur around. And this would in having this around, you have great footage at a high quality that you can watch, and you have the aperture on these lenses is about 1.6 and together. So with these two lenses you have here, both of them are 1.6 aperture. So this allows you to absorb enough light, plus the sensor size. You absorb enough light during the evening to be able to see clearly and get enough lights also to the sensor. And with this camera, we have the video output here. We have compression modes. About this compresses on H.264 and H.265 too. You have these both compression methods for the footage that comes out of this camera, allowing you to get great 4K footage at a lower megabyte size, enabling you to download for faster download or to be able to stream them from your phone. So this is also great with this camera. I'm gonna set it up down here. Hello, yeah, welcome here, welcome joining us. Today we're talking about home improvement, and we're introducing some cameras that can be used for these scenarios, and then talking about technicalities too. In case, let's say we were talking about how much light, the aperture of this lens, the lenses on this camera, to allow you to get more light in case where you're living or your home is around a zone where it's a bit dark and you want to get more light in with your security camera. So and the field of view of this camera is 104 degrees horizontal to 38. So on the wider end, you're at a 104 degrees, and then when you go in on horizontally, you punch in, you zoom in, you're there at a 38 degree, because the more you zoom in, your field of view becomes smaller. And on the vertical side, we have a 60 degree to a 21 degree field of view. So again, on the wider end, you get more, and then when you go in, you get less. All right. Again, going into it, this camera also, I'm gonna get some water. This camera also comes with a 6x hybrid zoom, so you're able to zoom with the camera 6 times with a digital and optical zoom. You can punch in there as a subject is moving around, because you have two lenses on the camera. So depending on the side of your home that you're planning to install this camera, you should be able to zoom in on subject if it's a busy area or things go around there a lot, and you want to be able to keep an eye on what is actually moving around that part in a specific period of time. This will do great in that sense, that you can have this camera there pointing at what subjects are moving around the frame, and it would track them as they are moving around and punching very well, and then keep an eye on any subject that is moving around your home. So I would say on the sides of your home, at the sides or in front, if you're planning to put this camera in front in the front yard, this will do great, because a lot of things will move around your front yard a lot. Unless on the side you have kids or a garden, little garden, and where kids play a lot, then you can have that too. Now, there's also an infrared night vision in here on this camera. So this allows you to view in at night if you don't have the spotlights turned on and you still want to be able to see properly. This infrared vision allows you to see up to 30 meters. That's about 100 feet. So on this camera, you have two infrared LED lights that allow this to happen. This would allow you to see in the dark up to 30 meters, which is about 100 feet. That is also here. So again, if you're considering installing a camera in a darker zone around your home, this would also be great. The spotlights on this camera allow you to see at night in the dark. And with these two spotlights, what happens is that you have one that it goes up to 6,500 Kelvin. That's about the warmth and of the spotlights as far as high as it can go. And then you have it goes up to 450 lumens for its brightness around. So you're not intruding, you're not blinding people when you're turning the spotlights on. But this will allow you to also get in there and see in the dark, but in full color this time around, and not just in black and white using your infrared lights. Okay, so getting down to it on this camera also, there is a tiny little button here. This is a reset button that allows you to, in case during setup, if there's anything that you want to switch up later, this tiny in here. You can press that button for reset to reset the camera if you wanted to. Going ahead, this is a PoE camera, as you can see from the cables. PoE allowing you to power the camera at the same time with a single Ethernet cable and be able to keep it on, also connected to the internet and power it at the same time. This will allow you to do that. And from the start, from what I said, you have a bigger speaker grill around this that allows you to communicate both ways with this camera. This would, because you have obviously a bigger speaker grill, that allows you to speak to the person on the other side and they can hear you. So having this around your home, around any side of your home will be easier and better, helping you to communicate and then talk to anybody on the other side too with the power of the speakers and the microphones on these cameras. I'm gonna look in here a second and see who is, if we have anyone currently just joining us. We are talking about home improvements today, about how to improve your home with security cameras, and we're going on details with some of these cameras. So again, this is a pan and tilt camera, meaning that this camera can have a pan of 355. That's almost 360 degrees. It will pan at 355 and then tilt at 90 degrees. So you have every area pretty much covered when you have this camera around your home. And you have a panning speed that can be adjusted. That's around a 2.5 degrees to a 90 degrees per second. So you can adjust that in an app as in how fast you want the camera to move when you're panning it. And even when you're tilting it, you can adjust that to goes maximum to up to 60 degrees per second. So you can do that really fast. So if you're trying to follow someone that's on the property and and the camera isn't moving too fast, or you want the camera to move pretty fast to follow things around, you can set that too. And this supports auto tracking. This is a great auto tracking camera that would zoom in, track the subject as they move around the frame too. This does that. And then this is the Reolink track mix. A few details about this camera and how it works. More information. This is, I would say, this is about a 1.21 kilogram. Yeah, the 1.21 kilogram camera. It's a pretty hefty camera, but it's built with quality, and this is an amazing camera. Going on, this is IP65 water resistant. So, you know, rain, anything wouldn't do anything to this camera. And then you can operate it between minus 10 to 55 degrees. It will work in this type of environments too. So if you're living in a cold area, around minus 10, this camera will work fine. And up to 55 degrees, this camera will do great. In these are in this temperature, in these scenarios, this camera will work fine without any problem. Let's check who's just got here. Again, a lot of details about this camera because this is one of our best cameras that's good at tracking and zooming in, tracking subjects with a lot of power at the same time. And we're gonna move on to our next camera. You have a lot of details about this. You've seen this before, but we're jumping into our next camera right now. I'm gonna check in here to see who's joining and say hello a little bit, and then we'll jump into our next camera for the day. Here we go. So, all right. Let me first look in and see who we have. Hello, welcome. Yeah, I skipped a lot of messages already. Yeah. Okay, looking into it. Yeah, if today's live stream is a bit long because we're going into technicalities with these cameras, grab a popcorn and let's chat. Let's talk about some of these cameras. I'll try to make the rest a little bit faster, but we'll go over details with this camera and talk about some of their functionalities and things they can do. One new camera I have though on this camera is something that is pretty new. This is our A23A. Yes, this is a beast of a camera. This is our A23A. So this, I would say, I would definitely want to keep this in front of my yard because this is, even at my backyard, this would work because this is a really fast zooming and tracking camera that you can have around your home for any faster. If you have cars moving around or anything that is around, this camera would zoom in and track the subjects as they move around. And more details about this camera. This comes with a 1/2.8-inch sensor, again for lights. And the video resolution on this is 3840 by 2160. It's also a 4K camera with 8 megapixels, running at 25 frames per second. So you have great footage with nice blur. So the lens on this camera is on the wide end. You have 5.3 millimeter that goes in up to 86 millimeters. So you're zooming in really from a really wide angle to a really tight frame. And this would give you a 16 times optical zoom. 16 times optical zoom. So using with this camera, you're able to zoom in really close. You have a great background blur with this camera, focusing on exactly what you want to see. And this will do that really fast. 16 times optically, and then produce a beautiful footage for you in 4K with an H.265 compression. This has an amazing horizontal view that goes from 54.2 degrees to 3.6. So you have it on the wide end and getting tight, and then a vertical view of 41.7 degrees to 2.1 also. This has an infrared switching mode that allows you to see great during day and night. With the infrared in here, you're able to see really well at night too, up to 80 meters. That's about 260 feet. So this allows you to also, view things at night in the dark. So I would say this would definitely be set to, you can hear the sound with the metal hitting it. You can set this pretty high in the sky, I would say. You can go pretty high in the sky, and this would be an eye in the sky that's watching around your home and your surroundings. And this will do really good. This is also a PoE camera that allows you to connect this with an Ethernet cable for powering and connecting it to the internet. So this will do that way. Also, you have also the reset button. You can put a micro SD card in here up to 256 gigabyte. This would also work in temperatures of minus 10 degrees to 50 degrees. So Celsius, so this will do great in these situations too, uh, allowing you to, have this eye in the sky, and not having to worry about it. As long as it's powered, you have an IP66 water resistance in here in this camera, weighing about 1.6 kilograms. This will do great for this type of situations. Uh, you can totally run this with your MDR system connected to your current systems you already have. And this also supports two-way audio. As you can see here, you have this light in the sky can help you communicate with people on the other side too if you wanted to talk to them. And they can hear you and they can speak to you, and you should be able to also hear them on the other side. Yeah, and then you have patrol mode. You have so many features on this camera to allow you to move really fast and then catch subjects as they move around your home. So this it's also one of our great cameras, one amazing camera, and one new addition to our systems that you can use at home if you needed to. Again, with this type of camera, if I had a home, I'll probably put it up there, somewhere that a bit higher than my roof. Yeah, I would definitely want to do that because it's more of an eye in the sky that would zoom in any subject. Subjects are far away, and then watch around as this camera as they're moving around the areas. Any subject is moving around. And don't forget, this has a 16 times optical zoom. You can check this out. Ask more questions, any questions you want about this. And in the comments, you should be able to see or coupon or discounts if you want to pick this to improve your security around your home. All right, we're gonna move to our next camera of the day today. Moving this over, we will be jumping to our third camera of the day. That would be coming up. We have, let's see, looking at the list we currently have here. All right, so here we have our next camera coming up, which is, wait, I have the list a little bit confused here. I'm going to get in here and see what we have. Hi, welcome. You're a bit late to the party, but welcome. All right. So the next camera we have here is our 843A. This is our next camera for the day. This is as you can see, this is a vandal-proof camera. Yes, so you can knock this camera and touch it, and nothing will happen. This is one amazing camera that definitely would be used outdoors, because you are keeping this type of camera outdoors so that any intruder that is trying to mess around with your security system wouldn't have a chance to, because this is vandal proof. Nothing happens to this when you try knocking it around, and this is built like a tank. We have a lens in here, the sensor in here, which is a 1/2.8 inch sensor. This also gives you a 4K resolution with 3840 by 2160, also at 8 megapixels. And then you have an aperture of 1.6 on this lens. So also good enough to get these lights to absorb light at night. This will give you great footage at a H.265 compression, so smaller file size for download and for viewing. Also a 5 times optical zoom. So this would zoom in optically 5 times on any subject if you wanted to, with which you can control with your Reolink client app. You have an infrared night vision here that goes up to 30 meters, which is 100 feet. So you're also able to see a night in pitch dark with the infrared lighting that you have on this system. This also supports two-way audio, which comes with all Reolink cameras. This would help you to communicate with everyone on the other side, and talk to them and see what they are doing. So I think it's a vendor-proof camera that goes up here on your ceiling. This definitely, any side of your home should do great with this camera. This will allow you to also look around and communicate with people, uh, and then still be able to see in pitch dark. And this is a PoE camera too, meaning that you have to connect this camera with an RJ45 cable for power and for internet. And this can be used with your NVRs or PoE injector if you wanted to. If you only have this will also do great for this type of situation. Built-in microphone here also, and it does support an SD card up to 256 gigabytes too. So this is also one great addition to your home. If you're looking for something that intruders cannot tamper with or um, or break if they decide to come around, this would do the job. This would surely keep them out. And you have the alarm system in here that you can trigger via your Reolink app and two-way audio to speak out, to communicate and push people out of your home around your area. So this is another unit that can improve things around your home. Talking about it, and we're going to move around with our next product of the day. But let's see. How are you guys doing, by the way? Are you just joining us? I want to hear more. Where are you watching us from? Or I mean, as in not necessarily the country, but if you're just off work or you are about to get off work, are you watching us from home, from the office, or from around town, around dinner? What are you doing right now? I would love to know if you can tell us this, so we can interact together as we're answering your questions in the comment sections. Comment section. Again, let's see if I can follow some of your questions and I'll answer that. Can we have questions on the screen? Let's see if I can stumble upon some questions. Let's just grab this one. Okay, let me see. All right. All right, so we have a question from Steve from the TrackMix PoE. Does TrackMix PoE does it use an NVR or simply connect to the app? Steve, these both are okay. You can use an NVR if you wanted to for connectivity and to power this camera. And you can also connect this camera to with the app, because if the camera is connected to the internet, then you can access it with the app, which allows you to remote control, remote view, and check everything you want, and with your two-way audio and all the other functionalities that the camera offers. Let's look through again. Let me run through here. All right, let's see. Okay, this is from Peter for the 16x camera. Let's see. Does the 8230? All right. Oh, wait, let me check it on my screen. Okay. All right, make it bigger. Okay. Does the 823A 16x zoom support auto tracking and preset feature? Yes, Peter. The 823A camera does support auto tracking and preset feature, so you can do that if you wanted to. Plus, you have a patrol mode on this camera that you can set depending on the speed you want on panning and tilting or set specific times where you want the camera to run. This would work too if you wanted to. All right, let's go in. Let me pick this, zoom in. All right. James says, how much storage does this camera support? Right. What camera is that? The 843A. Okay, 843A. Good. Okay, the 843A supports up to 256 gigabyte of SD card. So you can put an SD card in here up to 256 gigabyte. So you can use that and it would work fine. Most of these cameras support SD card slot too, and you can put an SD card for local storage and still have them install store content on the NVRs if you want to. All right. Let's go ahead. Let's jump into our next camera of the day. Looking into it. All right. That would be our next product of the day would be our Reolink. Remember this? We talked about this in our last stream. This is our Argus track, our new unit. So this is basically like a baby track mix that can be used indoor or outdoor if you want. This camera can be set down this way. That allows it to with two lenses. So again, similarly to the track mix, this has a 2.8 inch sensor, 1 over 2.8. No, this is a 1 over 2.7 inch sensor. Yes, 1 over 2.7 inch sensor on this camera. All right, and this would, with the apertures are the same at f1.6, allowing you to get in more light with this, and then you're having great footage at 4K, 3840 by 2160, and you're getting around an H.264, compression for smaller file sizes that you can stream or download to your phone. This comes in with a horizontal view of 105 and a vertical of 55 on the diagonal side with the first lens, okay? And with the second lens, you have a 43 degrees horizontal and a vertical that goes on 25 inch. And on the diagonal, you're around 49.5 inch sensor. Okay, 49.5 inch, yeah, degrees. Yeah, all right, so I'm gonna go over that again. I think there's a little confusion here. All right, so with the first lens, you have a 105 degree view horizontally, and on the vertical side, you're 55 degrees. Now on lens 2, you have a horizontal view that is 43 degrees, and on a vertical side, you're at 25 degrees. But diagonally, when you look at it, you have a 49.5 degrees. That's it on the diagonal side. Okay, you can view up to 30 meters with this camera with infrared night vision that you have on here. So this allows you to see the night in pitch dark. Also, with the infrared lighting in here, you can view up to 30 degrees. You have color night vision on this camera that goes up to 6,000 Kelvin on the warmer side, and then you have 295 lumen brightness on this camera, so you're still not intruding. It's bright enough, but you can you can still see with this color, this spotlights in full color at night. Right? The frame rate you get around this camera goes up to 15 FPS, 15 frames per second, which is enough for viewing. You get you get good footage that allows you to see subjects as they move around, and you have a reduced size in the video size that you get on the video that you get out of this camera. Also comes with two-way audio. You have speaker grills on this camera that allows you to communicate with the person on the other side. And the main thing here is this is a battery camera with 4,800 milliampere. So this would work depending on the various situations, will keep your camera running for a longer time. And if you couple this with the solar panel that you keep out, it would mostly recharge the battery on this camera on a normal day to keep it going. You can power this also with a USB-C port in here. You can connect the USB-C cable to power this or to recharge the battery if you wanted to. You have the ability to put a 128 gigabyte SD card in here, built-in microphone for two-way audio too. So this also has a panel tilt. Now the main feature of this camera is that it is small, but it really fast at tracking subjects when they're moving around. This is a super fast zoom tracking camera. It has a pan of 355 degrees and a tilt of 50 degrees. But then with this fan, because this camera is really fast, it would move around and track a subject really fast because you have a motor in here that allows it to track really fast, high-speed motor. And this would guard your home. Even if you're putting this indoors, living room, you could drop this in your living room and then it would look around. I mean, if you have anyone moving around the house at a specific time, maybe somewhere near your television, if on the television stand around your home in your living room, this would also do great and track anything that moves around. If you have kids in the house that you need to check on during the day when you're at work and communicate with them, this would track them as fast as this would go. And you can talk to them too because you have two lenses. One will zoom in and one will keep the frame wide. So again, getting in more details, this would also work if you're outdoors in negative 10 to 55 degrees, negative 10 degrees Celsius to 55 degrees Celsius if you were using this in a colder environment too. But then if you're using the camera indoor, this would do pretty well. Like I said, this could be used outdoor too, but you can definitely have this indoor. I like this for indoors. You can have it set on the table, and this will move around and do its job as providing security for your home. This isn't a heavy camera. This is only about 476 grams. Easy to maneuver and carry around, and this will do great weather resistant too. This is a great camera that you can add in there to your home if you wanted to communicate with the kids around your home. I would recommend this to improve your home security. You can have it next to a window, if you wanted to keep it there, and then it will still move around the track, and then you can have security around your home. So this is the Argus track unit. You can check more details about it. If you have questions, we answer them in the comment sections, and then we'll keep moving to our next camera for today. All right. Let's see what else we got. All right. What else we got? All right, our next camera for today, we have, this is our, I think this is our Argus 3 Ultra. Yes, this is our Argus 3 Ultra product. This is a very compact camera. Compact camera in the sense that this allows you to just hold it in your hand, in the palm of your hand. I would suggest using this camera indoor or outdoor. These are both okay. These are all battery cameras, just like the Argus track that can be recharged with a solar panel. This has a 2.7-inch sensor, just like the Argus track. Also giving you a 4K footage with 3840 by 2160, and footage of 15 frames per second that can be compressed down to an H.265 compression. This allows you to have less the size of your footage is lower, and it's easier for you to download and watch these. This also has an infrared vision that goes up to 10 meters. So unlike the other ones that go up to 30 meters, these will go out to 10 meters. So with the infrared vision here, you can see clearly up to 10 meters if things are far away from you. This is also a battery camera, a 21.6 watt hour rechargeable battery that can go in here, that you can recharge with a solar panel. So you have a 6-watt solar panel that can be used to recharge this camera. So you can have the panel out there and the camera indoors if you wanted to. You could keep this also somewhere on top of your window. I would say if you have a window of your house, you can have this up there, put it up there, or anywhere you would love to install it. Or let's say even if you had like a mini mart or a little shop where you would want to have surveillance, this would do great for that situation too. And because you have spotlights up here, you're able to talk and then communicate to the other person on the other side also with this camera so they can hear you. Uh, this is rechargeable with the type. You can use the Type C cable to recharge this, or just use the uh, USB cable in here. Yes, the Type C down here. You just connect it in here, and then you can recharge it with the solar panel, or just use a normal USB charger, Type C charger that would recharge this. And this is also IP65 rated, so you're good with water if you decide to have this outside. This has a smart home compatibility with Google Assistant and Alexa. This would work fine, no problem. And yeah, I will not spend too much time talking about this, but this is one compact camera that would work with 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. And both of these cameras, including the Argus Track, are Wi-Fi cameras, so they are operating via two network to 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz. So this allows you to have flexibility into what network band you would like to connect your cameras to. So this is the Argus 3 Ultra. Good also for home improvement. Anywhere you can install this, anywhere indoors if you wanted to. Somewhere close to the window, I would recommend if it's indoor, so you can have the solar panel outdoor so that it can recharge it. So great camera. All right, move on to the next. All right, next, let's jump into our next camera of the day. This Reolink, we have the Argus PT Ultra. Yes. Let's say, before I get confused, yes, let me just check this right. This is a Go, yeah, this is the Go PT Ultra. Now, the difference between the Go PT Ultra and the Argus PT Ultra is that the Go PT Ultra is a 4G powered 4G camera, as in if you want to connect this camera to the internet, you have to use 4G. You have to connect a data SIM card in here, put a data SIM card in here that allows you to speak through, to connect it to the internet for two-way audio and remote access. With the Argus PT, you're almost on Wi-Fi to be able to communicate or access the camera. So today we're dealing with the Go PT Ultra, which is also a 4G camera. So to have data with this camera, you would need to put a data SIM card in here to be able to talk to people, remote access this camera. It is also it has a 2.7-inch sensor, also giving you a 3840 by 2160 image in 4K. Main thing here is this camera has spotlights for color night vision. And it does pan and tilt at 355 and 140 degrees. So you're panning at 355, 140, so you have more room into how you want to pan. So if you have this, this can be used in an area around your home, and let's say an area that is a bit away from your house, but still in your yard, where you don't have Wi-Fi connectivity, but you still want that area to be surveilled. This would do great in that situation where you can put a SIM card in here to give it internet, and you can be able to access this camera anytime, anywhere. Of these cameras, the battery cameras like the Argus Track, the Argus 3 Ultra, and the Go PT Ultra here, record on motion because they're battery powered cameras to save on battery. So these are there for anytime there's motion around your home. This will be triggered and then record to it. And you have the ability to put an SD card in here up to 128 gigabytes. So you have local storage of everything that this camera is recording directly onto the camera itself, so you can access it. Plus, you have you can connect this to a smart home like Google Assistant, and this will also work. Not heavy, just 496 grams. This is quite easy. to move around and use around home. Also can be powered with the solar panel by a USB Type C, so you can keep the USB Type C panel around if you're setting it up in the yard around your home where Wi-Fi coverage isn't. You can put the Type C around, set it on a tree or anywhere you find fit, and it will recharge this camera at the same time. Um, so yeah, this is a Go PT Ultra. Main thing is the ability to use 4G to be able to connect to internet with this camera, and then you can have it around your home, around places where Wi-Fi connectivity isn't strong, or you don't have no network, but you still want a camera that can work in there. Or maybe in your kid's treehouse, if you have a treehouse around your home, this would also be good for that scenario if you're planning to improve security in that area. All right, this is the Go PT Ultra. All right, next, on to the next. We have a pretty packed camera. Right, I will go on the last one we have for the day today. Um, yeah, it's been a long one. More details about the cameras, and we're jumping into our last camera for today. Uh, this will be our 800 WB4 camera. So this is an NVR system, and its camera. These come in together. So this has four cameras together with these 12 channel NVR. So these are like a combination of Wi-Fi. These are Wi-Fi NVR, but then you have the ability to connect cabled cameras to with PoE on it. You have four ports, four PoE ports in here, and then you're in total with the Wi-Fi cameras, you can use up to 12 cameras. So this is a system that allows you to have a total system for a home. If you're planning to install security around your home and have security everywhere, this is a system that would work well if you have a strong Wi-Fi signal. This will do the job, and then you can have your house secured around. Again, has a 2.7-inch sensor. It gives you 4K image. Uh, compressed videos around H265, H265, H264. So you're able to have a lot stored on the NVR systems. Also, these are PoE, obviously. Wi-Fi can be used via Wi-Fi, and you have this cable here that allows you for connectivity. When you're setting up the camera, you can connect the RJ45 cable in here um, to set up this camera, connect it to it. So as you have four cameras coming with the four PoE ports, you can have this connected and then have them store data directly on this NVR, and then you can connect other Wi-Fi cameras to this to allow them to Wi-Fi cameras that are powered via via RJ45 port by PoE line, or you can use a power adapter also to plug in this to allow you to have it powered and record 24/7 here. You can this has like a 2 terabyte hard drive in that can be expanded up to 16 terabyte. So if you're good at home with your DIY skills and you want to install camera that can surveil the whole area, this will do connect to two bands, 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz too. You have a built-in microphone and speaker for to be able to talk to people on the other side. This will do great. This also works in minus 10 to 55 degrees Celsius temperatures, so this will work and not have any issues. Uh, Basically, this is a great NVR kit with a combination of Wi-Fi cameras, and you can totally use cable cameras on here too. Um, yes, so additionally, most of the cameras support motion detection, where you can detect animal, people, and pets too. Some of them with with people more. These cameras will work in a lot of scenarios, and a lot of situations. Will detect and send you a notification on your phone um, really fast because your connectivity is up there. Um, And that's pretty much it for home improvement recommendations today. Cameras that you can use around your home if you're planning to secure, improve your security around your home. And this will be the, I would say, toughest one to install, but one that would require a lot of DIY skills because you have to plan where you install the camera and how to connect them together as a system to work together. So this is mainly everything I have for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I know there's a lot of information today, adding to what the cameras, the apertures on this camera, and the sizes of their sensors, and what width you get horizontally with the lens size, and most of the details that we're giving out today. If you have more questions, you can drop them down, or you can reach out to our support or join our Facebook group where we can answer some of your questions. Just if you're curious and there's still unanswered questions about this camera, and then we'll get back to you. Hopefully you enjoyed all these recommendations and you found something that can work for you, for your home, for your security. And thank you for joining us today again on this live stream. I will be getting back with another live stream later during the month. We'll go over some new stuff too, to wish you a safe and comfortable home to everybody. And because security has always been our concern, we want to be able to come in here today and give you all these products. So stay safe and stay secure, and we'll see you next time on our next live stream. Okay? All right, see you.